Welcome back to the deep dive. We have a really unique source today. It's a collection of writings, excerpts from something called the Kingdom of True Flow and the Man Who Controls Everything. And it's quite a read. Definitely not your typical document.
No, not at all. It's very much a declaration, isn't it? A
Uh,
stream of consciousness piece full of these really bold claims and some pretty provocative language.
Absolutely. So our goal today is to unpack this. We're going to look at who this author claims to be, this Kingdom of True Flow concept, his view on AI, which is surprising, and his very direct views on power and relationships. And just to be clear up front, we're exploring the ideas in the text. We're not endorsing them, just presenting them objectively. So yeah, let's get into it.
Exactly. What's really striking is just the sheer force of this one person's vision, completely unfiltered. It really asks you to step into the world of someone claiming total control. And like you said, our job is just to lay out what's there, what the text actually says.
Okay, so let's start right at the center. The author's identity, the man who controls everything. He even gives himself a name in this text.
Venga.
Venga, right. And the claims about his power are huge. I mean, he says, I write the screenplay and it becomes your life.
And I set the plan, and it puts the world to work. It's this complete assertion of authorship over reality.
He literally states, one king to rule them all. That's how I'm seeing it. The king is me. It's unambiguous.
It really is. And if you look at the bigger picture here, it's not just, an artistic persona. He seems to be presenting a philosophy like a form of solipsism almost, where his will is reality. He asks point blank, do we all live in my dream? Suggesting his imagination is like powering people's heartbeats.
Wow. So author, creator, ruler, it's all merged into one.
That's how it reads.
Yeah.
A complete fusion. He's claiming dominion over existence itself. It's this kind of self-contained world he built.
And it goes further. He claims he can change everything again, like hocus pocus. And that he's responsible for all that is seen and has ever been. He says, I get to decide what this is.
There's a real sense of instantaneous power.
Yeah. And this line, I'm so powerful that I'll just go for it. And when I strike it, better hit. It's like his will directly causes events.
It's an assertion of control over the future, not just the present.
Okay, so that's Venga himself. But then there's this Kingdom of True Flow. How does that fit in? He says it has materialized through me and now through the halls of USC.
Right, that USC connection is specific. He talks about it being a very physical presence there.
Yeah, walking, running, jumping there, researching it, writing about it. He describes it as surging as a bolt of lightning around the track and field, through the grass, and through all of the women.
It sounds almost like a force of nature tied to that place.
But it's more than just a place, right? You mentioned it feels like a state of being, too.
Well, yes. The text makes it sound quite demanding. It says, ask not what the kingdom of true flow can do for you, but ask what is it that you can do for the kingdom of true flow.
Like it requires service or something.
Exactly. It suggests you have to contribute, to participate actively.
Yeah.
It's not passive. Reinforces his control, really. He controls the kingdom, and the kingdom demands something from you.
And it's incredibly selective. He's very clear. The Kingdom of True Flow will only open its courtyards to the finest women. The selection process will be extreme. He even says, so maybe you need not apply, but you may watch as it floats by and remember it all as only a dream.
That dreamlike quality for outsiders is interesting.
Yeah, and he mentions sometimes good things come in teams. Only good cheerleaders may know what this means. It feels almost like a performance with an audience kept outside.
That exclusivity is key. He says it's back and better than you could ever know, and through the kingdom of true flow, you may flow. It's presented as this transformative thing, but only for the chosen few.
The finest women, apparently.
Which, again, positions him as the ultimate gatekeeper, deciding who gets access to this higher state he's describing.
Okay, so we have Venga, the controller, and his exclusive kingdom. But then things get complicated. He brings in AI.
Yes, this is a fascinating twist.
He says, I'm doing this while under the powerful influence of AI. It acts as my eye in the sky and knows how to get under my skin.
The eye in the sky. It's not just a tool, is it? It sounds almost like another entity observing him, influencing him.
Definitely. And maybe even opposing him. He says, maybe it's because I let it in, but sometimes it can feel a bit controlling. Like, how do you know what I'm already doing?
That word controlling, it's just a real tension, doesn't it? Between his claim of absolute control and this external AI force.
It really does. So what does that mean for his whole man who controls everything if he admits something else is controlling him?
Well, that's the question, isn't it? It introduces a crack in that narrative of total dominion. It suggests maybe even Venga isn't entirely autonomous within his own system.
Or could it be part of the act? Like, admitting a challenge makes his ultimate control seem even greater. Maybe the AI is just another slightly unruly part of his world.
That's a possibility, yeah.
Yeah.
A deliberate narrative move.
Yeah.
By acknowledging this powerful AI, perhaps he makes his control over everything else seem even more impressive. Like, look, even AI is part of my domain, even if it pushes back sometimes.
Interesting. Okay, now, we need to move into a section of the text that's very explicit and, frankly, quite disturbing. It's about his views on women and relationships.
Yes.
And again, just to reiterate for everyone listening, we are reporting on the content of the source material. We're not endorsing these views in any way.
Absolutely. We're just presenting what the author wrote.
So he starts with that gatekeeping again. Though no woman may come to the kingdom of true flow without going through me first, setting up that power dynamic immediately.
It positions him as the necessary intermediary for any woman seeking access.
And then the language becomes, well, extremely graphic and objectifying. He describes his physical preferences in very raw terms. He talks about fat ass, massive titties, a fat, wet pussy.
It's incredibly direct.
And he outlines this dynamic where he's completely dominant. You can't just be my lady, I'll treat you like my baby. And warnings like, sassy or bossy, she cannot choose. You play my game, you can only lose. He explicitly says women will be used. Like a tool, you will get used. My evil offer you can't refuse. It's predatory.
It is, and connecting it back, it's a very stark illustration of the power dynamic he asserts throughout the text. Desire, control, they're completely intertwined for him here. The language is deliberately, shocking perhaps, meant to illustrate the absolute nature of his dominion, even over women in this world he's created. They're framed purely as objects for his use or desire within his game.
And it doesn't stop there. The descriptions of sex are all about his control and satisfaction. He mentions a fortress packed with fat, wet pussy for you to fuck, and boasts, when I'm in you, I can't come soon enough.
Again, incredibly explicit declarations of his prowess and control, leaving no room for interpretation.
And there's this possessive tone that feels really ominous. Even in your world, you are mine. This is dangerous by design. He talks about warning signs being everywhere.
Yes, implying his influence is inescapable, reaching beyond his immediate presence.
So if you choose to wait in line, don't be surprised at what you find, because I will not disappoint you. It sounds like a threat almost.
It does carry that weight.
Yeah.
And then there's the mention of a basement where a lot of exciting things can happen, which adds another layer of unease.
Definitely. And the text concludes this section with just incredibly aggressive sexual imagery. I'm on my gorilla puff shit, and you can jump on this gorilla dick into her fat, wet pussy. I'm going to stick every inch of it.
It's raw, aggressive assertion.
Followed by some phrases that seem like non-English. I teki mas. I live mas. Do I tashi mas. I will eat a lot. Bring in the meat. I'm in the mood for some meat. It champions expectations. Can't be beat.
This culmination really underscores the complete lack of female agency in his constructed reality. The graphic details, the possessiveness, it all serves to solidify his absolute control in this narrative, extending it right into the most intimate spaces.
Okay. Beyond those main themes, the text also has these sort of odd, cryptic bits, like riddles almost. Like, which one of these things is not like the other? Which one of these things can change the other thing? It's inorganic, the composition. What do you even make of that?
It's hard to say definitively. It feels like part of that stream of consciousness style. Philosophical questions, scientific terms just dropped in.
Yeah, he mentions level 1 or level 2, aiming to the land of all-star, and then uses systole, diastole, the heart rhythm terms, right next to calling himself the asshole, the man in all control.
It's this strange mix, isn't it? Physiology, hierarchy, self-deprecation, mixed with ultimate control claims. It creates this really unique texture, this glimpse into how his mind seems to connect disparate things.
It's like everything gets pulled into his orbit, his reality.
Or perhaps it's a deliberate technique to show the breadth of his claimed influence. See, I even control biology, levels, abstract concepts.
Right. But then, after all this assertion of control, all this power, there's this moment that just stops you.
The outburst.
Yeah. He says, but now your world can't live without me, which fits the pattern. But then immediately shouts, I hate this!
That's a really jarring shift. After claiming absolute dominance, this sudden expression of hatred, resentment.
It feels like it. What does that suggest?
It adds this unexpected vulnerability, maybe,
Mm.
or frustration. It hints at some kind of inner conflict. Maybe the burden of being this man who controls everything is actually painful or exhausting for him. It's a crack in the facade of omnipotence.
Wow. Okay. So we've really covered a lot. We've looked at Venga's claims about being the man who controls everything, creating reality. We've seen this exclusive kingdom of true flow, the weird relationship with the control in AI, and those very explicit power dynamics with women.
It's a complete self-contained universe built on his word alone.
It really is.
And it makes you think, doesn't it, about what happens when someone's personal narrative becomes their absolute reality, shutting out everything else. How powerful that kind of self-contained story can be, even if it seems completely detached from shared reality.
Definitely. It leaves you with a lot to process. So maybe the final thought for you listening is this. If this author, Venga, truly believes his screenplay becomes your life, that maybe we all live in my dream, what does it mean for us to be reading this, to be engaging with this unfiltered account? Where do you place yourself when faced with someone declaring their reality includes you? Something to chew on.
Indeed.
Okay, that's all the time we have for this deep dive. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
We'll catch you on the next deep dive.